Hey guys, 7 keywords to explain agency. This is our final installment in the series, going over those 7 keywords. I told you last week we had finished up the 5. We only had 2 more to go, and I wanted to get these done before the Thanksgiving break, so we can move on to the next series. I know this is going to be a big weekend for a lot of people, spend time with family, and a lot of people will be traveling. And of course, we have that huge football game here on Saturday. And of course, I am talking about the Wofford Terriers playing Kennesaw State up there in Spartanburg. I don't know what else we'd be talking about. Of course, we've already beat Citadel and we've already beat Furman. And so now we are in the playoffs. So if you get a chance to be up at Spartanburg to watch the game, come on up and join us. If not, it'll be on ESPN3, I think, at 4 o'clock. So it'll be a real good game as we start our march through the playoffs. So far, we've already gone over 5 words. We've gone over law, disclosure, representation, relationship, and choice. So that moves us to our next word. Our 6th word is agreement. Once you finish your explanation of agency, or in that explanation, of course, you're going to mention that the consumer is going to have a written agreement. They're going to be able to enter into a written agreement with you. That's very important because the consumer wants to know that everything's going to be in writing. It's going to be an agreement, and that they are going to have that document, which brings us to item number 7, which is protection. And that reason we're doing that written agreement is for their protection, because it's going to set out your obligations and your duties. It's also going to set out the obligations and duties of the consumer. And while it is for their protection, let's also admit that it's also for your protection, because it sets out your obligations and duties so they know exactly what you're required to do. But it also sets out what we expect of the consumer. But most importantly, you don't get paid without one. So without a signed agreement, you're not getting paid. So what you're going to do is, I'm required by law to disclose to you agency. And in my presentation, we're going to discuss the level of relationship in which you and I are going to enter into, as well as the level of representation I'm going to give you. At the end of my presentation, you're going to have the choice of what level of representation you want. We're going to put that into a written agreement, and it's going to be for your protection. So I think if you start off with those 7 keywords, which I'd love to take credit for that, but Ruth Marcus, who used to work at Russell Jeffcoat as a trainer, she's the one who came up with these brilliant words. She's since retired. She's phenomenal, one of the most brilliant real estate minds I've ever known. But these 7 keywords, if you use these words in a concise introduction, like I said, you're going to set the standard very high for yourself. You're going to show you follow the law. You're going to show that you know what you're talking about, and you're going to set yourself off on the right foot to get the consumer to sign these agreements with you. Now, I have done this speech 10 to 15 years now, all across the state, to hundreds and hundreds of agents. And I've asked them every time to please let me know if I'm wrong about this, because I don't think I am. And so far, I've had no one come and say, hey, I think that doesn't work. I think that that's the wrong way to do it. Everybody's told me that it works perfectly. In fact, I've had some of the top agents in the state who I've seen who have come and said, hey, I took your class. I tried implementing that. I was struggling getting people to sign the exclusive right to sell, or I was having trouble getting people to sign buyer agency. And once I went to this method here, it has worked every single time. So I know from top agents, this is going to help you get more business. So be sure to do that. That's one thing Blair Cato does, is we want to make sure we help you grow your business. I think this is a good way. 2 last things before we close today. Thanksgiving time is a great time for us to really reflect and let you know how much we truly appreciate you and everything you do. Without you, we couldn't do what we do. And from the bottom of everybody's heart here at Blair Cato, we truly thank you for your business and your friendship. Lastly, I do want to give a shout out, a sad shout out to our very good friend, Mary Courtney Southwick. She works at Art of Real Estate, a fantastic agent, fantastic person. She's moving home to Raleigh, and we're greatly going to miss her. I'm sure she's going to be a fantastic agent up there as well. So going to miss you. Take care, and we look forward to seeing y'all after the holiday.